Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudhiraye Shunvatam swakata Kṛṣṇah punyashravana kirtanaha Rudyantasto hyabhadrani vidunoti suhrutsatam Nashtaprayeshva bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya Bhagavat uttama-shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Today in this Srimad Bhagavatam class we will be reading few verses from Ambarish Mahārāja story. Maybe this is part 1. We may have to continue next week also. There are few wonderful, every verse is a wonderful verse. That's what we discussed. And some of them are favorites for Srila Prabhupada. And in this chapter, there are some verses Srila Prabhupada repeatedly quoted. So we'll spend more time on those verses. Otherwise, we will read and we'll move on. Nabhagad Ambarīṣo bhūn Mahābhāgavatah kriti Naspruṣat brahma śāpopi Yamna pratihatak kvacit. Shukadeva Goswami is narrating the solar dynasty. In that, briefly he told about Ambarish Maharaj is closing. From Nabhaga, Mahārāja Ambarīṣa took birth. Mahārāja Ambarīṣa was an exalted devotee, celebrated for his great merits. Although he was cursed by an infallible Brahmana, the curse could not touch him. Only this much he told. He was telling about many things, just told this much. Immediately Parikshit Maharaj wanted to ask more details. So that's when it starts. Shri Rajo Vacha Bhagavan Shrotumichhami Rajarshis Tasya Dhīmataha Na Prabhudyatra Nirmukto Brahma Dando Duratyayaha. King Parikshit inquired, "O great personality, Bhagavan," Shukadeva Goswami, Mahārāja Ambarīṣa was certainly most exalted and meritorious in character. I wish to hear about him. Shrotumichhami. How surprising it is that the curse of a Brahmana, which is insurmountable, could not act upon him. Na prabhud yatra nirmukto brahmadando duratyayaha. Brahmadanda means the aggression of Brahmanas or the curse of the Brahmanas. Duratyayaha, it is not possible to cross, insurmountable. How did Maharaj Parikshit cross that? Why, first of all? Somebody has to curse him. And how did he overcome? Any of you remember any chapa of the Brahmana from Bhagavatam? Which? Yes. Shringi. Shringi gave curse to Maharaj Parikshit that you will die in 7 days. He had to. Anything else? Huh? Mandukamuni cursed Yamaraj. You become Shudra because you punished me unnecessarily. Anything else from Bhagavatam? Brihaspati cursing? In Brihaspati, did he curse? I think he walked away. Curse of like he was neglected, so he left the palace of Indra, office of Indra, and then Indra had to have trouble. Anything else? Nalakuvara cursed by Nardamuni. Yeah. Anything else? Entire Yadu dynasty was destroyed because of the curse of the Brahmanas. Yeah. Daksha cursed Narada. Yeah, he had to keep roaming and preaching every day. That's a good job. Anything else? But Khatvanga is Khatvanga Maharaj. He was not. Was he cursed? I don't think so. No. Gajendra was cursed by Agastya. in previous life. King Indradumna was cursed by Agastya Muni. Very good. This is also from Bhagavatam. Chitraketu Maharaj is cursed by Mother Parvati. Yeah. And particularly looking for Brahma, that nobody could escape, including Lord Krishna. Yeah. Ashtavakramani, not the gopis exactly, but the heavenly society girls. Yeah. They were pious, they were becoming gopis in the next life. There are different types of gopis, and some of them are from the heavenly planets. Apsara gopis, whatever you call them, some name is there. We discussed, no? Nalakrivan. Yeah. So, like that, nobody could escape. The point is that nobody could escape the curse of a Brahmana. Now he is the only man, like in the entire pages of Bhagavatam, escaped. He is Ambarish. Yeah. So, he want to know how is it possible? Because he himself is undergoing Brahma Shapa. He knows that he has to give up his life tomorrow or day after tomorrow. It's just 9th canto. After the 2-3 more cantos, maybe 2 days later, he has to, 2-3 days later, he has to give up this thing. How did this person escape? So let's find out. That's what is there. So he wanted to hear. This is where the story starts. Interestingly, nowadays you go to a 10th class Telugu book. Recently I opened. The story of KCR and something else. When I was studying intermediate, we had in Sanskrit we had one lesson that is exactly starting from here. I still remember all these slokas by heart because in my childhood I by hearted. She used to start from here. Ambarisho Mahabhaga Saptadvipavatim Mahim. Yeah. I didn't know that it is Bhagavatam. Of course, they say that, but didn't record. This is the first lesson for us in intermediate. Yeah. Shri Shuka Uvacha Ambarisho Mahabhagaha Saptadvipavatim Mahim Avyayam cha Shriyam Labdva Vibhavam Chatulam Bhuvi Meneti Durlabham Pumsam Sarvam Tat Swapna Samstutam Vidvan Vibhava Nirvanam Tamo Vishati Yat Puman. Shukadeva Goswami said, Mahārāja Ambarīṣa, the most fortunate personality, Mahabhaga, achieved the rule of the entire world, consisting of 7 islands, Saptadvipavatim. The entire Bhumandala with the 7 islands, Mahārāja Ambarish was ruling. Any other kings from Bhagavatam? Parikshit Maharaj, Prithu Maharaj. Prithu Maharaj. Bharat Maharaj. Dhruva. Prahlad was not ruling. Yudhishthira Maharaj, yes. Yeah, there are many other personalities, but only few people in Bhagavatam, they were told as they were ruling the entire this thing. For example, if you take name of Prachinabarhi, he was only ruling some portion. Some other kings are mentioned, they were also ruling one small kingdom or something like that. When we have Bahulashva, he was only ruling Mithila. Like that it is mentioned, but only few kings, they were like, they were ruling everything. In that, he was one of them. And this Maharaj Gaya, he was also. And Gaya is also an incarnation of the Supreme Lord. So unlimited and achieved inexhaustible, unlimited opulence and prosperity on earth. So when compared to all other kings also, these few kings, they had, because their domain consists of all the 7 islands. Although such a position is rarely obtained, Mahārāja Ambarīṣa did not care for it at all, for he knew very well that all such opulence is material. Like that which is imagined in dream, Swapnavat Samstutam, such opulence will ultimately be destroyed. The king knew that any non-devotee who attains such opulence merges increasingly into material nature's mode of darkness. Only if money is there, problems are many. All the problems, money. And there are different variations of money. Entire Mahabharat war happened because of land. It's a land dispute. Yeah. Yeah. Because they at least wanted, we'll settle with, negotiate and get 5 villages. Duryodhana said, not even 5, not even 1. He said that tip of the needle, that much land also I'll not give you. I'm ready to fight. So, but even though he was a king of the whole universe, practically, entire Bhumandala, he is not interested in. And it's true, what is the adjective told that? Sarvam tat swapna samstutam. Yeah. He thought everything is like a dream. I'm not interested in any this thing. The same thing that causes attraction or attachment, non-devotees, he left it with no attachment. In fact, later it is told that he had no attachment for anything and anybody. Nothing actually. That is what is this thing. Generally, people get attached to all these things, especially money and different varieties of the money, like land, gold, treasury, army, and all that stuff. But he had no attachment. There are, again, in Bhagavatam, they were only few people were told like that he absolutely had no attachment to whatsoever. Who are the other people? Similar things are told. Maharaj Yudhishthira. In fact, one question asked by Suta Goswami, asked by Saunaka, that how did he become Yudhishthira after he became king? Before that he was very humble and all we know, like everything was this thing. Now he became the emperor of the whole world. How did he behave? How did he behave with his brothers? Is there any dispute between them or how? That was questioned. That time also it is told that he had no attachment. As soon as he came to that, Krishna left his planet, they immediately decided, we are going now, no matter what. They left. So he was one such personality. He did not care for riches, opulence, anything. See, we call the 6 opulences are in full. That is Krishna. And little of this opulence is there, anybody also, they become so proud. Nalakuvara and Manigriva. Their father, rich man, treasurer, technically is only responsible person, like a bank cashier or something like that. But they consider it's all our money. They were so proud. And they were also handsome, like this. So, we know what happened. Like that, one of the 6 opulences, little bit is also there. People become so proud. Saubhari Muni. He had Vairagya. He was just under the water in Yamuna. He got problem with Garuda, who was going in the sky, because he wanted to eat one fish. He said, oh, how can you eat the fish here? You think that entire Yamuna is his property. It is Krishna's property and Garuda is Krishna's servant and Garuda is allowed to eat fishes. So he was upset. So even though they had any of these opulence, Kunti Devi also says that Janmaishwarya Shrutashribhir Yedamana Madhapuman Naivarhatyabhidhatum Vai Tvam Akinchana Gocharam. He's telling Krishna, you are the property of the Akinchanas. You are the property of the Akinchanas. And Janma, birth in a very big dynasty. Aishwarya, opulence. Shruta, learned education, Vedic education. Sri, again, beauty. All these things makes one proud. This man had all of them and he was not proud at all. That is why it is told so much about Maharaj Parikshit. For a devotee, material opulence is insignificant. Whereas for a non-devotee, material opulence is the cause of increasing bondage. For a devotee knows that anything material is temporary. Whereas a non-devotee regards the temporary so-called happiness as everything and forgets the path of self-realization. Thus, for the non-devotee, material opulence is a disqualification for the spiritual advancement. For non-devotee, material opulence is disqualification. Prabhupada is saying that. But devotees, it is not a disqualification. But we have to be careful. We are not in the category of that devotees. Like we think like that, oh, we want to amass so much of money. That is also a problem. We should not have. If Krishna gives by his own plan, we can accept and we can utilize in this thing. But our attitude should not be changed. See this man, Yudhishthira Maharaj. One day he was a beggar. He was literally a beggar in Ekachakra. One day he is the emperor of whole world. The same man. His attitude did not change. Rantideva also. He was the king. One day, 48 days he was observing fast. He had no food. And then finally some prasadam he got. He had to give up. Finally got some water. He had to give up that also. That is the attitude. So he is also like that, Ambarish Maharaj. In fact, Vishnu is so pleased with Ambarisha's devotion. He is pleased with everybody. But specially pleased with Ambarisha. He did one thing to Ambarisha. Anybody knows what is that? What did he do to Ambarisha? Durvasmuni cursed. He gave his own Sudarshan Chakra to him. Even before Durvasa cursed, he said, this Sudarshana, I don't need this. You keep it. If somebody comes, attacks you, you will have this thing. He said, in fact, he gave up one of his, in the Senka Chakra, Gada Padma, he gave Chakra to Ambarish. Let it be in your service. Yeah, I'm so happy with you. You keep this. He gave. Vasudeve Bhagavati Tadbhakteshu cha sadhushu Prapto bhavam param vishvam Yenedam loshravat smrutam. Mahārāja Ambarīṣa was a great devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva, and of the saintly persons who are the Lord's devotees. Because of the devotion, he thought of the entire universe as being as insignificant as piece of stone. Bhagavad Gita has some verses like that. Sama lostasma kanchanaha. A yogi who sees that the pebble and also metal, pebble, stone, all those things, he sees that advanced yogis think that anything material is like that, like a stone. They don't care. He's also like that. Prapto bhavam param vishvam enedam loshravat smrutam. He thought all these things are insignificant as a piece of stone. Entire universe itself, because he's the ruler of the entire universe, he is considering that is the piece of stone. Nothing. Not really this thing. There was one king. He was also forced to become a king. And he had no attachment to anything. Who is that person? From Bhagavad. Priyavrata. Yes. Priyavrata was, probably want a chair? Chair cow. Chair cow. So, he is also like that. He was not at all interested. Yeah. Now, the famous verse. These are Srila Prabhupada's favorite verses. We will read and we will spend some time here. Savai mana Krishna padara vindayo Vachamsi vaikunta gunanu varnane Karau harer mandira marjanadishu Shrutim chakarachyuta sakkathodaye Mukunda lingalaya darshane drishau Tadbhrutya gatra sparshenga sangamam Granam cha tatpada saroja saurabhe Srimat tulasya rasanam tadarpite Padau hare kshetra padanu sarpane Shiro hrishikesha padabhivandane Kam Kamam cha dasyena tu kama kamyaya. Yathottama shloka janashrayaratihi. Sa means who here? Saha. Who is that? Ambarish Maharaj. So Shukadeva Goswami is telling how Ambarish Maharaj is there. Savai manaha Krishna padara vindayo. Means, give the mic. What does that mean? Savai manaha Krishna padara vindayo. His mind is always fixed on lotus feet of Krishna. So mind is always fixed on the lotus feet of Krishna. Next. Vachamsi Vaikunta Guna Anuvarnane. From mouth?
He is glorifying the glories of the Vaikunta.
Glories of Vaikunta. Yeah. So from his mouth, from his words, Vachamsi Vaikunta Gunanuvarna, his words are always glorifying the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vaikunta Guna Anuvarnane. Varnana is describing. Anuvarnana is wonderfully described. So wonderfully is describing the glories of Vaikunta. Give him a mic. Yeah. Karau harer mandira marjanadishu. Means Karau. Kara means hands. Karau, two hands. Karau harer mandira marjanadishu.
His two hands is cleaning his mandir marjana, is doing the cleaning of the temple.
He is king, emperor of the whole world. He is the Saptadvipavatim. He is the Bhumandala. He is ruling the entire Bhumandala. Karau harer mandira marjanadishu. What is he doing? Cleaning the temple personally. Karau harer mandira marjanadishu. Cleaning the temple. Nowadays, in some time they'll ask that great people, do you clean your toilet? Now people ask and sometimes question. If anybody says, yes, I am cleaning my toilet, also he's a very good person, very great person. He's cleaning his toilet. Not so great. You clean the temple, you will become a great person. Karo harer mandira marjana. Of course, that also as a seva we do it. But the important point is that one should be willing to. You ask one person, why are you cleaning the toilet? He said, because the toilet is mine. I am cleaning it. Yes, so much attached to that my toilet. So I only clean this thing. So here the point is Karau harer mandira marjanadishu. He is cleaning the temple personally, even though he is the emperor of the whole world. Yeah. Next. Shrutim chakara achyuta satkatodhaye. Shrutim means ears. Shrutim chakara achyuta satkatha udaye. So he engaged his ears in hearing about Achyuta's Katha, Krishna Katha. He is Sat Katha, Krishna Sat Katha. He is hearing the wonderful stories of Lord Shri Krishna. Now, Mukunda Lingalaya Darshane Drushav. He is seeing Krishna's beautiful form. Mukunda Lingalaya Darshane Drushav. Chaitanya Mangala is saying that. So his eyes are engaged only seeing the beauty of the Lord. There is one story in the Ramanuja Sampradaya. What is his name? Dhanurdas. Dhanurdas was constantly looking at his wife. So Ramanuja asked, why are you looking at her? Don't you know, so beautiful she is? Like, no, that's why I'm looking at her. Then Ramanuja says, what will you do if I show you something more beautiful? He said, yeah, there cannot be anything more beautiful than my wife. He said, then Ramanuja takes him for darshan of the Lord, Ranganath. So then he saw beautiful this thing and he gave up attraction for, but of course, both of them, wife and husband, they served together. But a material attraction, he gave up and then he got attracted to the eyes of the Lord. Mukunda Lingalaya Darshane Drushav. Tad Bhrutya Gatra Sparshe Anga Sangamam. Means, how did he engage his? He engaged his skin, his body. Gatra means body. Tad Bhrutya Gatra Sparshe Anga Sangamam. By touching the bodies. means by touching their feet and embracing them. He engaged sparsha like that. Tad bhritya gatra sparshe anga sangam. Granam cha tatpada saroja saurave. Means, granam means smell. Granam cha tatpada saroja saurave. Huh? No, not tulasī. Pada saroja saurave. Okay, whatever is there in his lotus feet. Yeah, saroja means what? Lotus. Because Saras, from Saras she came, Saroja. So the lotus flower actually. Also it is told Pada Saroja means Pada Padma, lotus feet. So the smell of the lotus feet, whatever is there in the lotus feet. Like it can be tulasī, it can be other flower. Smelling the flower offered to the lotus feet of the Lord. Yeah. Srimat tulasya rasanam tadarpite. Means, yeah, he was eating rasanam. Srimat tulasya rasanam tadarpite. Rasanam tadarpite. Padau hare kshetra padanusarpane. Means going to the holy places. Padanusarpane. Hare kshetra. Hare kshetra padanusarpane. Padau hare kshetra padanusarpane. He is doing Tirtha Yatras walking. He went to Mathura all the way and he stayed there for 1 week. He did not go to Mathura like taking his horses, taking his chariot, taking his entourage. He was just walking like an ordinary man. He went. So he was going to holy places like that. Siro Hrishikecha Padabhivandane. With his head, he was always bowing down to Lord Krishna and his devotees. Kamam cha dasye natu kama kamyaya. His desires are always in service, not for getting some sense gratification. Yathottama shloka janashrayaratihi. It is told that he has, Mahārāja Ambarīṣa always engaged his mind in meditating upon the lotus feet of the Lord. His words in describing the glories of the Lord, his hands in cleansing the Lord's temple, and his ears in hearing the words spoken by Krishna or about Krishna. He engaged his eyes in seeing the deity of Kṛṣṇa, Krishna's temples and Krishna's places like Mathurā and Vṛndāvana. He engaged his sense of touch in touching the bodies of Lord's devotees. He engaged his sense of smell in smelling the fragrance of tulasī offered to the Lord. And he engaged his tongue in tasting the Lord's prasāda. He engaged his legs in walking to the holy places and temples of the Lord. His head in bowing down before the Lord. And all his desires in serving the Lord 24 hours a day. Kamam cha dasye. This is what he desired. Dasya. Serving Krishna like this. Natu kama kamyaya. Indeed, Mahārāja Ambarīṣa never desired anything for his own sense gratification. Natu kama kamyaya. He engages all his senses in devotional service in various engagements related to the Lord. This is the way to increase attachment for the Lord and be completely free from all material desires. Yathottama shloka janashrayaratihi. This is the way to increase attachment for the Lord and completely free from material desires. If one wants to become completely free from the material desires, we all have to get to that stage. This is the only way. Engaging our senses in the service of the Lord. Everything. Srila Prabhupada's purport. In Bhagavad Gita, the Lord recommends Mayi asakta mana Pardha yogam yunjan madashraya. This indicates that one must execute devotional service under the guidance of a devotee or directly under the guidance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why is Prabhupada starting here? Maya sakta mana pardha yogam yunjan madashraya. Because Krishna told Arjuna how to do yoga is Maya sakta manaha. You have to be mind attached to me, you have to do yoga. Similarly, here Savai Mana Krishna Padara Vindayo, case study. Here exactly however Krishna told to Arjuna, this man, Ambarish Maharaj, he executed Mahabhagavad. This is how one has to do this thing. It is not possible, however, to train oneself without the guidance from the spiritual master. It is told that either under the guidance of spiritual master or Supreme Lord directly. Then people will say, yes, I'll be directly under Supreme Lord. Why there is a middleman in between, Guru? So it's not possible. Srila Prabhupada is saying one cannot train oneself without guidance of the spiritual master. It is not possible. Therefore, according to the instructions of Srila Rupa Goswami, the first business of a devotee is to accept a bona fide spiritual master who can train him to engage in various senses in rendering transcendental service to the Lord. When did Rupa Goswami say this? Any idea? He says, according to Rupa Goswami, first business of a devotee is to Ādau Gurupadāśraya. Where is this coming from? 64 items of devotional service. First, this thing. Nowadays, people have many online gurus. Like whatever they like, just like we browse something, searching for something, where to buy maybe good t-shirt. Similarly, they'll say something, they will search here and oh, this person is my guru. That is not the way. Like if there is no personal relationship, everything is virtual. Finally, your realization also becomes virtual. Yeah, it is not real. Yeah. So other day, one lady came to Kumbh Mela. She thought, I came, my husband did not come. She did a video call and put the phone in the water. I don't know whether he got any benefit or not. The phone is spoiled. Yeah. Yes. And it is came. Is that the news is correct? Yes, it is correct. It is there. You can check. At least day before yesterday. It is there. You saw that? No, it's real news. Yeah. You also say the Kumar Prabhu is confirming the fake news. Okay. So it cannot happen. Same thing. Whatever you are laughing, all that. When you think that your only connection with the Guru is online, it's not like that. Srila Prabhupada so much emphasized. Nowadays we have problem with Ritviks. Why we have problem with Ritviks? Why? Their connection is not personal. They will say only Srila Prabhupada and no one else. That's why. And then if we are also doing everything online, okay, I'm hearing something online. That is good. I mean, if without doing, if you are not able to do devotional service, at least you are joining some online class and something is good. But at the same time, at least one person in our life who can guide us personally is there. That person is a lucky fellow. And if you are not that lucky, probably you have to take another birth. The Lord also says in Bhagavad Gita 7.1, Asamshayam samagramham yatha gyāsyasi tat shrunu. The instruction of the Supreme Lord is that here, shrunu. In other words, if one wants to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead in completeness, one must follow the prescriptions given by Krishna by following in the footsteps of Mahārāja Ambarīṣa. So he was hearing and he was chanting. So that is why, that's what Prabhupada is saying. Krishna basically is taking every verse from Bhagavad Gita and just telling with Ambarish. So it's a theory, Bhagavad Gita. Srimad Bhagavatam is practical from Ambarisha's story. It is said, Hrishikena Hrishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. Bhakti means to engage the senses in the service of the master of the senses, Krishna, who is called Hrishikesha or Achyuta. So, what is engaging? Ambarisha basically engaging all his senses in the service of the Lord. That means he's engaging his senses in the service of the Supreme Lord. Means pleasing the senses of the Supreme Lord. That is what is bhakti. There are many definitions of bhakti. Can anybody tell one definition of bhakti? Sarvopadi vinirmuktam tatparetvena nirmala Rishikesha Rishikena Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. Correct? Engaging all the senses in the service of the Lord. That is bhakti. Sarvopadi vinirmuktam. Get rid of all other upadis. Tatparatvena nirmalam. Like that.
Devotees is also a kind of bhakti.
Service to devotees is also kind of bhakti. Is anybody supporting him?
Yes.
Service, yes, everybody is supporting you. So if I don't chant, I don't read, I'm going and doing some service to a devotee from, what is his name, who is in jail in Bangladesh? Chinmay Krishna is in jail. So you are going and giving prasāda to Chinmay Krishna every day, not chanting, not hearing. They will also take you and put you in jail there. Then what happens?
It's also, I'm happy to be.
Correct. Service to devotees also is bhakti. But in bhakti, when we say bhakti, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedam. These 9 items are there. And if we are missing these 9 items and also saying that there are some other auxiliary activities, they are also counted as bhakti, correct? Any seva is also bhakti, but when we are not doing Shravanam and Kirtanam, that is not powerful bhakti. So, yes, serving the devotees in relation to Krishna. Yeah, it's not like that. Somebody has a back pain, we help them, we take them to hospital. But is that enough that day? Not chanting 16 rounds? It's not enough. Yeah, you have to do this thing also. And there are a few other definitions of bhakti. Any other definition? Anyabhilashita sunyam, jnana karmadi anavritam, anukulyena krishnanusilanam bhaktiruttama. That is the ultimate bhakti. Is what? Anybody can say translation?
There should not be any abhilasha. Jnana karma anavritam should not be including the jnana and karma anavritam.
Okay.
Anukulyena Krishna.
Anukulyena. Favorably disposed.
Favorable only to Krishna.
Favorably disposed towards Krishna. Means all devotees also, not only Krishna. Only Krishna favorably disposed is Kanishta Bhakti. Yeah. So, yeah. That is Bhakti. Any other definition of Bhakti? Bhajatam pritipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayantite. Etam satata yuktana bhajatam pritipurvakam. Worshipping Krishna. That's right. There is one more definition of Bhakti. There are many definitions. One more definition is there. What did Narada Muni's definition of Bhakti? What is the Narada Muni definition of Bhakti? Yatha vraja gopikanam. Just do whatever the gopis did. That is Bhakti. He says Yatha vraja gopikanam. Very wonderful definition. But if you think that I only will do some cow dung paddies every day, that is not Bhakti. Why? Gopis were singing about Krishna all the time, remembering Krishna when they were doing. So, most important thing there is not making the paddies, cow dung paddies. It is singing and remembering Krishna. So, sometimes we may bet in serving, doing other things, we forget the primary objective. That's very important. These words are used in these verses. Achyuta sat kathotaye, Rishikesa padabhivandane. The words Achyuta and Rishikesa are also used in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is Krishna Katha spoken directly by Krishna. And Srimad Bhagavatam is also Krishna Katha because everything is described in the Bhagavatam is in relationship with Krishna. So there is Krishna Katha, two types, spoken by Krishna and about Krishna. Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. In one sense, Bhagavad Gita is theory. Bhagavatam is the practical. You can see the demonstration of what Krishna told one devotee is doing here. And the lesson that we have to learn from Maharaj Parikshit is that, first of all, whatever Krishna has given us, we should not be proud of that. Yeah. Second thing is, we should not be attached to that. Third thing is that, like him, we should be humble and engage all our senses in serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And there are a few more things that are told later that we will discuss. We have here Madhusudan Prabhu. Madhusudan Prabhu is very, very senior devotee of Radhanath Maharaj. Prabhu, please feel free to add some things, give the mic to him.
I am very happy to be associated here today with Madhava Gopinatha Prabhu, and you have an excellent congregation. I think earlier also a couple of times I visited this place in the temple, and he is inspiring so many devotees here, both his office colleagues and colony people also. So it's you have very excellent opportunity to have this association, and most important, all these in the devotional service for our progress. The most important is, in addition to chanting and other things, association of devotees. If there is no association, slowly everything get diluted. That's my experience. That's why I'm always eager. Wherever some programs, Saturday, Sunday, I don't miss any program. Last 25 years, that is only making me to motivate myself in the association of devotees to be in touch with Guru and Gauranga and Shastra, everything. Association of devotees don't. నేను చెప్పేది ఏంటంటే దయచేసి ఎవరు కూడా అసోసియేషన్ మాత్రం వదులుకోవద్దు. హరే కృష్ణ.
Hare Krishna. Let's loudly chant Hare Krishna Mantra 3 times, expressing our gratitude for Prabhu and his association today. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Before we close, anybody has any questions, comments?
So, Prabhu, you mentioned about the Kundi Maharani's sloka.
Yes.
Janmaishwara Sutta, these material opulences will increase or encourage the pride. So you said we should not be proud, but what is the practice which we need to do to not be proud? Like, we naturally feel pride.
I asked this question to Gauranga Prabhu once, that how not to be proud if you associate with people who are more qualified than you. Then we understand our little learning or our little this thing is very insignificant in front of them. Then we cannot be proud, because we see that they are more qualified, most qualified, and we are insignificant, and this is this thing. There are few devotees who I spend many hours. One of them is Anandamaya Prabhu. Every time I go to Hyderabad temple, we sit and speak for an hour in Abid's temple. I am here in this town from last 20-25 years. There are only two people constantly together. One is Anandamaya Prabhu, one is Vishwakirti Prabhu. They are still there doing their service. Sometimes I can feel proud, I am able to translate and this thing. But when I go and meet Anandamaya Prabhu, he is actually born in France, not in India. And he had no idea about these Indian languages. But he was determined that these books I have to get translated in Telugu and do this thing. Yeah, he has a very nice collection of books, and he was translating, and he was instrumental in translating all the books into Telugu. So when we associate with humble, and he's so humble, nobody even knows. Maybe once in a week he gives class, and whenever he gives also, he's not a popular speaker. Some 7-8 people sit in the class, maybe 10 people, that's all. Yeah, everybody will only like online classes and online gurus. But this devotee who is staying in the same temple, serving from 35 years from Srila Prabhu's time, when everybody left also, these two people only are there in the temple. Yeah. And we associate with such great people, we know that how simple they are and how wonderful they are. Gauranga Prabhu also told me this thing. Yeah, in ISKCON, everybody thinks that, Gauranga Prabhu, like a Kathakar. But when I go in Kumbh Mela and associate with other sadhus, I will see, Papa, they have so many people like this thing in ISKCON. We think that when we have 100 people, we have congregation, we are running. There are many great sadhus in India, like thousands and lakhs and crores of people are coming. Yeah. We think that Janmashtami, our temple, 4,000 people came, and Rath Yatra, 10,000 people came. You see the Kumbh Mela, 65 crores people attended. And when we go to places like that, we also will be very humbled. So if we keep associating with other excellent people, then we will not feel proud. I have some people like that who give time to me, and I go and do. Similarly, every one of you also should do that. Then we will not feel proud. Yeah, that is this thing. Yes, Prabhu.
We have that story of that story of the Duryodhana, and Duryodhana was able to see so many other people, but he said that they are lesser than him.
That is a different problem. That's a psychological problem. So you are seeing everybody, but you are saying that everybody is inferior. That is Duryodhana's problem. Probably had only bad friends. Like, everybody thinks that Karna is such a great friend. Actually, such a bad friend. Because if I am good friend, I should tell, don't fight with Bhima and Arjuna. You'll be finished. We are all will be finished. He said, no, come on, you fight, I am there with you. And he ruined him. Ruined his lineage. He ruined his children. He is everything. Could have told, settle Baba, settle. 5 villages. De the Pandavas ko. Remaining all villages ours we will enjoy. You know how many villages were there? Next. It was told those days itself some 5 lakh villages are there. You 5 de do Pandavas ko, 5 lakh to apne paas hoga, we'll enjoy. That is a real friend should tell. Yeah. So that psychological problem comes if our coterie, our friends are bad people. See, when we associate with people who are good all the time, they want to do something for society. If you keep meeting them, keep doing that, this thing faith will increase. Yeah. And if you are associating with people who are selfish, like Duryodhana, we also become selfish. Be very careful. If we have our friends, what we have to do? The very selfish people are our friends. We have to little bit keep aside from them and make more friends. Otherwise, we'll be like Duryodhana, we'll be finished. If we are making a mistake, they will tell, this is right, you are right, let's fight. They will do like. So, I see any person working selflessly for society, if we try to associate with them, especially devotees who are preaching and going all around, we do this thing. See, recently Kamal Lochan Prabhu, now his name is Bhakti Padma Saurabh Pracharak Swami. Very wonderful personality. Jam is, he became sannyasi last week. Every time he picks up phone, first of all, anyone calls, if he's not able to pick up, he will respond to that person. If you say, actually I have some work with you, can you come down? He will say, I'm ready to come all the time. Whenever I call him, he makes time. It's not that he's a free man sitting idle, doing nothing there. He manages many temples. Prabhu, I need your help. Now Maharaj, I need your help. Can you please come? I call him again. We need your help. Can you come for 2 days? At least for 1 day. He said, I'm coming on 7th or 8th. So when we associate with people who are willing to do anything, go to any extent for helping others, then we will not feel that we are superior to them. We have to see what this thing. He travels length and breadth of India, goes every places, very austere life, like, and don't eat any junk food at all, even like all kinds of varieties of food that we offer. Take some simple rice dal, maybe some curd, something, and be happy and satisfied with that, and keep on giving many classes and many times reading. Now he said that the other day he told us that the era of Maharajas is over. Now, like, there's no Maharajas in this world. All kingdoms, now it's all democracy. Yeah. But why we call sannyasis as Maharaj when the entire, this whole thing itself is gone and people don't appreciate the word Maharaja also? No. He said that, why? Because they are supposed to be the Maharaja for renunciation. He said that. Vairagya and Vedanta. That's what. That keeps reminding him, please keep calling me again and again, Maharaj. And also he told us that I'll give you one adhikar, whoever has come today. He said that if any time I deviate, a danda leke mere ko maro. You heard that? He said, a danda lelo, up maro. You are only giving me danda now. You take it and with this only, you beat me. I don't mind. And he cried while saying that please save me also, that I don't fall down. So when we associate with people like that, no, we will also not get a mood that, oh, I'm superior. But we have friends like Karna, it's a problem. Yeah. Okay. I think it's already time, 10:30. We will stop here now. And we have one last announcement. Haldar Prem Prabhu, such a wonderful, great devotee, is with us all these months. I think 1 year. Yeah. I think one thing I can tell that he has done a lot of research before coming here. Because when he called me first time itself, he told, see, I am coming. I will be only there for 1 year. After I have my Karyakshetra in Sangareddy, I want to preach there and I have a house there and all. Because my job is nearby, I want to come and do. And I'll help you whatever I can. But this thing very clearly, he set expectations and goals. Now the time has come and he already started in Sangareddy, and that is also now Abits, under Abits, it's an outpost. They're doing very great job. So let us chant Hare Krishna Mantra 3 times, wishing all the best for Prabhu and his preaching efforts and his family members, welfare of everybody. Please chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama,